Welcome to the deep dive. So you're ready to jump in the pool and trade your swimsuit for a whistle, huh?
Sounds like someone's dreaming of becoming a swimming instructor.
That's right. We're diving into the world of swimming instruction today because you want to turn your love for the water into a career. And we've got some awesome insights from RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
It's not just about teaching strokes, is it?
Definitely not. This guide's got the inside scoop on everything from the job market to the skills you'll need to make a splash.
It really emphasizes the strategic side of becoming a swimming teacher. Like, you've got to understand where the industry is heading.
Okay, so first things first, the job market. Get this, it's projected to grow by 11% by 2028.
11%. Wow, that's huge.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a whole new wave of swimming schools popping up every year.
It really highlights the demand. And the guide makes a good point that it's not just about general instructors anymore.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. They were talking about specialized instructors. What does that even mean in, like, the swimming world?
Think about it this way. You could focus on teaching toddlers water safety, helping them become little fishes right from the start.
Right, get them comfortable in the water early.
Exactly. Or you could coach competitive swimmers, guide them to break records.
Oh, wow. Now that's what I call choosing your lane. So you've got options. The guide also talks about some pretty cool perks, flexible hours, being creative with your lesson plans.
And let's not forget that feeling you get when you're making a real difference.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. Every job has its challenges, right? What about the not-so-glamorous side of being a swimming instructor?
The guide doesn't sugarcoat it. It talks about the physical demands of being in the water all day, the potential for long hours, especially during peak seasons.
Yeah, you can't exactly take a break when you've got a pool full of kids waiting to jump in.
Exactly. And then there's also the whole certification thing. You might need to get extra certifications if you want to move up the ladder.
It's like you've got to stay ahead of the game. Always be learning.
Absolutely. Which is where I think RoleCatcher comes in with their platform. They're not just about finding any job, they're using AI to change the whole job hunting game.
Okay, hold on. AI. As in, robots are taking over the world AI.
Well, not quite taking over the world, but they're definitely changing how we find jobs.
Okay, so how does that work exactly?
Imagine you're a recruiter with hundreds of applications to go through.
Yeah, that sounds overwhelming.
Right. Well, AI is like that super smart assistant, helping employers quickly sort through those applications and find the best matches.
So it's like a matchmaking service, but for jobs. That's pretty cool. But how does that help me, someone who wants to be a swimming instructor?
RoleCatcher analyzes job descriptions to figure out exactly what employers are looking for, and then helps tailor your resume to match.
So it's like having a secret weapon for your resume.
Exactly. They even claim to predict potential interview questions.
Hold on, predict interview questions. How is that even possible?
It's all about data. They analyze thousands of job descriptions and interview questions.
Looking for patterns, like what questions usually come up for certain jobs.
Exactly. And based on that analysis, they can make a pretty good guess about the questions you might be asked.
So it's not magic, it's data-driven prediction. I like it. But wouldn't interview questions for a swimming instructor be pretty standard?
You'd think so, right? But RoleCatcher says even in a field like swimming instruction, interview questions are becoming more sophisticated.
Sophisticated, you mean like, what's your favorite stroke? Isn't going to cut it anymore.
Well, they might still ask that, but the guide gives examples of some real head-scratchers you might encounter. For example, how would you handle a situation where a parent is unhappy with their child's progress?
Oh, okay. So it's about more than just knowing how to swim.
Exactly. They want to see you can think on your feet and handle the unexpected.
Because let's be honest, kids can be unpredictable.
Exactly.
So it sounds like showcasing your experience and problem-solving skills is super important.
100%.
Yeah.
It's about showing them you're not just a swimming enthusiast, you're a dedicated professional. And that's where preparation is key. Just like perfecting your stroke before a big race.
You don't want to just show up on race day without any practice.
Exactly. So how does RoleCatcher help with the whole preparation thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Do they like have practice questions or something?
They do. They actually have a library of practice interview questions.
Okay, cool. Like, how many are we talking?
They say 120,000.
120,000. Seriously. I mean, that's awesome, but how do you even know where to start with that many?
That's where the AI comes in again. Based on the job descriptions you're interested in and your experience, their platform picks out the questions that are most likely to come up for you.
Oh, so it's like personalized practice. That makes a lot more sense. But interview prep is only one piece of the puzzle, right? Like, What does a typical day actually look like for a swimming teacher?
So you want the inside scoop on what it's really like to be on deck.
Yeah, give me all the behind-the-scenes action.
All right, so picture this. It's a bright, sunny morning. You arrive at the pool. The smell of chlorine hits you.
Oh, I love that smell. Takes me right back to childhood swimming lessons.
Right. So you've got that wave of nostalgia, but no time for reminiscing. You've got a pool full of eager students ready to go.
Okay, what's next? Walk me through it.
Safety first, always. You're checking the equipment, making sure the pool is clean and the lifeguard is ready. Then you're on. Greeting your students, getting them pumped for the lesson.
I can already hear you now. All right, swimmers, let's make a splash.
You know it. Each lesson is like a carefully planned dance. You start with warm-ups, maybe some fun games to get everyone comfortable in the water.
Oh, I bet the kids love that.
They do. Then you demonstrate the stroke of the day. Break it down step by step.
Visuals are key when you're learning to swim. Can't just read about it in a book.
Exactly. You're in the water with them, guiding them, correcting their form, encouraging them. You're like a coach, a cheerleader, and a lifeguard, all in one.
Sounds like you need a lot of energy to be a swimming instructor. But it also sounds incredibly rewarding, seeing that moment when a student finally gets it.
Oh, absolutely. Those moments are pure magic. But it's not always smooth sailing. Some students are scared of the water. Others have endless energy. You have to be ready for anything.
Adapt on the fly. I bet that's a skill in itself.
It really is. And we can't forget about the less glamorous side. There's paperwork, too. Tracking progress, updating lesson plans, communicating with parents.
Okay, so there's definitely more to the job than just hanging out at the pool all day.
Right. But despite the challenges, the guide really emphasizes that feeling of fulfillment you get from empowering people, helping them build confidence in the water.
Love that. And it's not just a one-size-fits-all career path either, right? The guide talked about different stages of a swimming instructor's career.
Yeah, they map out the whole journey, from starting out as an assistant, learning the ropes.
Kind of like an apprenticeship.
Exactly. To eventually teaching independently, maybe even specializing in a certain area.
Specializing. Okay, so you could focus on water safety or competitive swimming.
Exactly. And if you're feeling super ambitious, you could work your way up to like a senior instructor position where you'd be leading a team, developing programs.
Wow, so lots of different directions you can go in. But how does RoleCatcher help you actually navigate those different stages?
Well, they're big on not just finding you a job, but helping you build a career. They provide resources and links for things like getting certified.
Oh, that's smart. So they point you in the right direction for those kinds of things.
Exactly. It's about giving you the tools to create your own path.
I like that. So we've got the roadmap, but let's be real. How does RoleCatcher actually help with the whole getting your foot in the door part? Like, how do you land that first job?
That's where I think understanding the modern job market really comes in. You can't just rely on the old methods anymore.
Right, because robots are taking over the world.
Well, let's not get carried away. It's more like working with the robots, using them to your advantage.
Okay, so how do I work with the robots in this case?
Let's talk about their resume builder.
Every job site has a resume builder, though. What's so special about theirs?
This one uses AI to analyze job descriptions and pinpoint the exact keywords that those algorithms are looking for.
Oh, so it's like giving the robots what they want, but in a way that still shows off my skills.
Exactly. It's all about speaking their language without losing your own voice.
I like that. So I'm not just a bunch of keywords on a page.
Right. And they even say their AI can spot gaps in your resume, like if you're missing a certain certification that's in high demand.
So it's like having a career counselor who also speaks robot. That's pretty cool.
Right. It's about using technology to your advantage. And that's what RoleCatcher's all about. Like, they're saying, look, we know job hunting can feel overwhelming, especially with all this AI stuff, but we've got your back.
Exactly. They're not trying to fight the robots. They're teaching you how to work with them.
Right. Use them to your advantage.
So it's not about becoming a robot. It's about learning their language.
Something like that.
Okay, I can get behind that. But with all this talk about AI and algorithms and stuff, it's easy to forget that being a swimming instructor is about connecting with people,
Or absolutely. You're not just teaching a skill, you're building relationships.
Yeah.
Inspiring people.
Yes. That's what it's all about, sharing your passion for the water.
And that human element, that connection you build with your students, that's something AI can't replace.
Exactly. No robot can replicate that look in a kid's eye when they finally figure out how to float, or that feeling of accomplishment when a competitive swimmer beats their personal best.
Those are the moments that make it all worthwhile.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So for anyone listening who's feeling that pull to the pool, who dreams of being a swimming instructor,
Huh.
what's the key takeaway from our deep dive today?
If you're passionate about swimming, if you enjoy working with people and you're ready for a challenge, I think this could be an amazing career path.
And remember, you don't have to go it alone. Resources like RoleCatcher are out there to help you. They'll give you the knowledge, the tools, and that extra boost of confidence to really make a splash in the world of swimming instruction.
Embrace your passion, hone those skills, and don't be afraid of a little technology.
The water's fine. Jump in. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us, and remember, the most important thing is to never stop exploring. We'll catch you next time on the deep dive.